Remember, you had attacked Bhavati, the kingdom of the Nagas, and you completely crushed all of them, that they had to fall at your feet and say, we accept you as our master. Another one said, your great stepbrother Kubera, the treasurer of the entire universe, faced such humiliating defeat at your hands. Ravana, please remember, you are invincible. Another one said, the king of the Danavas, his name is Maya. That Maya was so strong, you defeated him in battle, that as a way to appease you, he brought his daughter Mandodari and gave her to you as your wife. Another one said, you went to that place down in Patala and you fought with the great Nagas, Jati, Takshaka, Vasuki, and they were all subjugated by you. Ravana, there is no king on planet Earth who can even look at you face to face. Ravana is feeling a little bit better. Yeah, that's true. I'm very great. So one of them stands up and says, you don't need to worry at all. You say yes, and I will immediately go to the other side of the ocean and I will finish off that monkey, Hanuman, and come back to you. Another one said, no, not true. I will go there and I will kill Rama, Lakshmana, Sugriva, Hanuman, Vibhisana. Vibhisana is killing Rama, Lakshmana, Sugriva, everybody. And I will come to you. Prahasta, the great general of Ravana, he stood up. He himself is mighty like a dark cloud, stands up and said, Ravana, why are you worried? Me, as your general of your armies, in a fraction of a minute, I can finish off all the Mandavas, including Rama, Lakshmana. Don't have to worry at all. Just say yes. There is another Rakshasa by the name Vajra Anu. Anu is one's chin or jaw. Vajra is as strong as a thunderbolt. Vajra Anu was smacking his lips, just thinking about how tasty each monkey Vandra will be to just eat them raw. It will be the greatest lunch I've ever had. Ravana, if you give me your permission, I will eat them alive. So everyone is competing to get Ravana's favor, that if he says yes, they will go accomplish for him and avenge the insult that he is having to eat humble pie. Among all of this, there is one person who has not spoken yet or said anything. Who is that? Vibhisana. Vibhisana has a whole different idea. And at this time, Vibhisana stands up over all and addresses all these Rakshasas who are all standing with their weapons in their hand, waiting for Ravana's indication that they should go. So Vibhisana gets up and addresses all of them.
Sarvan Valayitva Vibhisana
Sarvan Ayudhan. All of them are standing up, holding their weapons in their hand. And yet Vibhisana, Abravit Pranjalim, this is Pranjalim, he is addressing all of them. Abravit Pranjalim. Punah Pratik Upaveshaka. He made all of them sit down. As they say in Hindi, Baitho, Thande Dimag se so. Just sit down, think clearly. Don't get all so riled up and excited, just think more clearly. He addresses Ravana and says, Ravana, please do not underestimate Hanuman. How can one Vanara come and cause so much damage to you? There must be some inestimable strength in him. And secondly, if you think carefully, what has Ramachandra done to you? He is not your enemy. He has not He has not come and provocated you for anything. You might say, what do you mean? That Rama, he killed all of my brothers and 14,000 Rakshasas in Janasthan. Khara, Dushara, Trishara, and 14,000 of my men. I wish to attack him. No. But Rama fought all of them in self-defense. Can you blame someone if they defended themselves? It is not Rama who fought Khara, it was Khara who attacked him. So please do not. I think the best thing you can do to live a happy life, Ravana, is to give Sita back. That would be the best thing for you. So there are verses that Vibhisana speaks. The last line of every verse has the same refrain. Pradiyatam Dasharathaya Maithili. Maithili is Sita. Dasharathi is Ramachandra. Pradiyatam. Please return. Please return Sita back to Ram. Pradiyatam Dasharathaya Maithili. He pleads verse after verse after verse. But in all these verses, he tells Ravana that you are on a very dangerous edge here, Ravana. Because with this, your life will be at risk. So he tells him what to do.
Tyajasva kopam sukha dharma nashanam bhajasva dharmam rati kirti vardhanam prasida jive masaputra bhandava pradiyatam dasharataya maithili pradiyatam dasharataya maithili.
Tyajasva kopam. Please give up your anger. Because anger has a feature that whatever you do, you think or speak in anger puts you in a very precarious condition. So there is a famous personality who says if you spell anger, it is A-N-G-E-R. And whenever you speak, think or act in anger, there is a D in front of it. D-A-N-G-E-R. You are already in danger. So Ravana, please give up your anger because Sukha Dharma Nashanam. Whatever happiness you have collected, whatever happiness you are looking forward to, whatever dharmas you have lived, so-called dharmic life, all of that Nashanam goes to waste. And it doesn't go to waste over time, it goes to waste immediately. Instead, Bhajasva, try and practice. What do you have to practice? Just peacefully, Rati Kirti Vardhanam. So, Bhajasva Dharma. Try and live a dharmic life, Ravana. The greatest adharma. You may say, I have been from morning to night performing so many pujas, chanting so many shlokas. That is dharma. Yes, but look at your behavior. Why should your morning, where you do all your prayers, look so contradicting to what you did later in the day? What you did is you went and kidnapped someone else's wife. And that to a very, very chaste lady. It doesn't mean it's okay to kidnap an unchaste lady. But it's a chaste lady. It's not your property. It's not your wife. It's not anyone that belongs to you. Ravana, Bhajasva, please try and live dharmic with that Rati Kirti Vardhanam. In your heart, you will become closer to the Supreme Lord. That is called Rati, attachment. Kirti Vardhanam, your fame will grow even more in the world. Right now, you are very notorious as a terrorist. Tomorrow, they will sing your glories that you did such a great act, or that you realized what you have done was wrong. Prasida, become pacified. And by this act, Jiveva Saputra Bandhavani. Let us live happily with our children and relatives. Go to parks, have picnics, celebrate birthday, live peacefully. Therefore, Pradiyatam Dasharataya. If you want to live happily, Ravana, please give Sita back. Well, Mahabharata says, if you give a fool good advice, what happens to the fool? Mahabharata says, you give a fool good advice, the fool becomes angry. How dare you give me useless advice? So Ravana dismissed everybody from his court. Next morning, Vibhishana wants to try one more time. And he comes when the court has not fully assembled. Ravana is only with his very confidential, very intimate ministers. And Ravana is seated on his throne. Vibhishana comes in, offers respects to his older brother, because Vibhishana never, even once, although he is upset with Ravana, never misbehaves or ill-treats Ravana. So with great respect, bows down to Ravana. Ravana cannot even acknowledge him, so with his eyes just shows him to sit somewhere there. And as Vibhishana is sitting there, when only just a few ministers, there's this discussion. So Vibhishana thinks, I tried to explain to him at this level of what is good and bad. It doesn't seem like he's gotten this message. Maybe I should tell him. Maybe he's not aware of ground reality. He's one of those kings sitting in the ivory tower that is so cut away from ground reality. Maybe I should tell him what is happening in his kingdom from the time he has brought Sita here. So maybe when he hears how it is affecting his kingdom, maybe that will change his heart. So Vibhishana tries one more time.
यदा प्रभृति वैदेही सम्प्राप्तेह परतपा यदा प्रभृति वैदेही सम्प्राप्तेह परतपा तदा प्रभृति दृश्यन्ते निमित्तान्यशुभानिनः तदा प्रभृति दृश्यन्ते
The word Prabhriti means since that time. Yada Prabhriti, from the time Samprapte, from the time Sita has been brought here, Parantapa, O Ravana, the tormentor of your enemies, Tada Prabhriti, from that time, there was some delay. As soon as Sita was dragged into Lanka, immediately from that time, Drishyante, we have all been seeing Ashubhani Nimittani, all sorts of ill omens, all sorts of indicators that tell us that we have done something wrong. He said, your Brahmanas, every day they pick up ladles of ghee and pour into the fire, Swaha! And the fire is supposed to come up large and glow brightly. Instead, the fire has no glow in it. The fire that should have tongues like snakes' tongues, like flaming tongues. Instead, deadly poisonous snakes are coming out of the Yajna Kunda. This is all inauspicious. In your cowherds' place, they are trying to milk the cows, but the cows' udders are completely dry. The cows are not giving you any milk. Donkeys, camels, other animals are constantly shedding their hair. And your doctors are giving them the best medication possible. And yet, they are not recovering at all. Every day, on the terraces, we are observing wild crows, vultures, and other carnivorous birds encircling and loudly shrieking. These are all very inauspicious signs of our. I do recommend one thing though, that the best way to repair this situation is that you please give Sita back, because every evening jackals and wolves are is that you please give Sita back. Please don't think I'm giving you advice out of any other reason except that I have great love and affection for you. I want to see you live a long, healthy life. This is not good for you, Ravana. Ravana's other ministers who are around him, they disregard Vibhishana and they want Ravana to give them the orders for war. So before Ravana says to them, yes, let's get on to a full-on war, Vibhishana tells him, wait, Ravana, before you decide, I want you to consider something. You have heard all the ministers and you have heard me. But I want you to now think properly. Don't fall for their words. You think for your own self. Right? Nobody should think for others. You don't want others to think for you. You have heard good advice. But now you think for yourself what is to be done.
Prapane chasya mantrasya nivrita sarva mantrinaha avashyam cha maya vachyam yadrishtam madavashitam samvidhaya yakayanyam tadbhavan kartumarhati hitam mahatam mruduhetu samhitam
Samvidhaya, you carefully consider yatha nyaya, whatever feels correct. Not just what feels correct. There's a problem. Some people say, I did it because I feel that was correct. It's not feeling correct. One has to know what is right and what is not right. And act accordingly even if it doesn't feel good. Because if a person only makes decisions on the basis of what feels good, because today I might feel good, tomorrow I may not. But what one should make one's decisions on is principles. Because principles don't change. The details can change. Details change with time and circumstance and place. So Vibhishana said, Yatha Nyayam Tad Bhavan Kartumarhati. That's how you should act. You consider carefully for your own self. And Vibhishana's speech, Valmiki tells us, is so wonderful that it becomes a lesson for any one of us, because we all are either parents or friends or managers or mentors, or somebody looks up to us, or we are once from time to time called upon to give some thoughts on certain situations. And here's the model for how to speak in such situations. Hitam. This is Vibhishana's word. Hitam. He spoke not for what will Ravana think of me. There's no selfishness for himself. It was completely for Ravana's benefit. Hitam. And Maha Artham. It had great meaning. Artham also means benefit. It should greatly benefit the very person you're trying to help. It's not for my own benefit. It's for their benefit, and they will get something wonderful out of it. Maha Artham. So does it mean that Vibhishana forcefully spoke it, angrily, and said, you shall do it? No. Mridu. Spoke it very gently, softly. Hetu Samhita. Full of logical reasoning. Because sometimes people, in circumstances, especially when their emotions are high, tend to make very emotional or irrational decisions. At that time, some rationality helps tone or warm or tone their thought process. In one's life, both sides are very required, very much required. A very strong rational side and a very nice palpitating, beating heart. The emotions are. And in many cases, one should make an emotional decision, one should make otherwise a rational decision. Now, which one to make? That's based on one's learning and training. But both should be. And if one is drawn towards making a very cold, calculated decision, then you stop seeing people for people. You see them as just objects. Otherwise, if the decisions are only emotional, then you lose objectivity. So you need both. So here, Ketu Samhita, Ravana is angry, so he needs to be brought to the side of rationality. And Vibhishana's answers are not just pertaining to that situation. Valmiki says, Vyadhita Kala, these principles are valid for the past, Samprapta, for the present, and for the future. Whenever principles are spoken, for example, the principle that one should never speak the lie, one should always speak the truth. It's a principle. And it is true whether 5,000 years ago, today, or 50,000 years later. It will still be a principle that will be valid. That is why the Bhagavad Gita, someone might say, oh, the Bhagavad Gita was spoken 5,000 years ago. We're now in AI generation. Shouldn't we modify and make it more relevant to today's audience? The answer is, the details of it may be, but the principles are eternal. The principles of Bhagavad Gita cannot be changed because Krishna says, we are not this body, we are Atma. That doesn't change whether you're in AI environment or this environment or a forest environment. You are always the Atma inside a body. So principles are important, and that's how Vibhishana is speaking. He's only speaking to him on principles. Now, our dear friend Ravana, or my friend Ravana, because he got good advice, he becomes angry. So here Valmiki says, Nishammitat Bhakta. He heard those words of Vibhishana, and he himself, Upasthita Jwara, his body is trembling with anger. Jwara is heated up. Prasangavan is so attached to the idea that I will not give Sita back. Uttaram Abra, he answered, he uttered a response to Vibhishana. And he said, get away! I will not give Sita back. It doesn't matter who says what to me, I don't care. All I want to know is how I can avenge my anger at Sri Rama and his Varas. I'm not afraid of everything. He dismissed everything. Vibhishana said, I tried. One more time. That evening, when Ravana had supposedly calmed down a little bit, Vibhishana went back. Now the court is in full session. Earlier it was just his older brother. Now he's the king. So he can't say, hey listen brother, bro, I want to tell you something. It will be inappropriate. So he addresses him as Rajan, king. But now he takes it even further with a statement that might prick Ravana a little in the heart. That actually, we were earlier talking on principles. Now let me show Ravana that he's actually playing with death. So this is what Vibhishana tells Ravana.
वृतो हि भावन्तरभोगराशिस् चिन्ताविशस्सुस्मिततीक्ष्णदंष्ट्रः पञ्चाङ्गुलिपञ्चशीलो अतिकायः सीतामहादेस्तव केन राजन् जीवन् स्फुरा
deadly, venomous snake around your neck. Bahu means arms, Bahwanta is the chest. The form of the snake is the chest of Sita. Bahwantara Bhogarashi. The chinta that she's constantly thinking Rama, 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 and she's not thinking about you at all. Is the Visha, the poison in the snake Ravana. Susmita, you are attracted by her sweet smile. That Susmita is the powerful fangs of the snake. It's going to bite you very soon. Panchambuli, you look at the fingers of Sita and you think, what lovely fingers. But these are the 5 hoods of this very big snake, Adhikaya Maha Ahi Sita. And that somebody has put around your neck, Ravana. Who has done this? And you may think, I don't care. If Rama comes to attack me, I will go and hide somewhere in the universe. When Rama releases the Ramayana, you may go and hide in the sun, Sanitravi, or you may hide yourself in the maruts as gusting powerful winds, and you think you will somehow masturbate there. That's not going to work. Now, Vasava Anka, you can sit in the lap of Indra and say, oh, I have great wealth, I have the protection of Indra. Even Indra cannot help at that time. You may say, I will go and hide in Yamaraja's abode. Who will dare to come to the land of death? Ram Bana will find you there also. You cannot hide. You can hide in the sky, you can hide in Patala. But that Ram Bana will come looking for you, Namokshase. You will not be relieved of it. So Ravana, you have this deadly snake around your neck. And he is very intelligent. He doesn't say, you put it around your own neck. So he says, Kena Vrito, who has put that snake around your neck? Because if he says in a full assembly, you have done it for yourself, the next answer will be, cut this fellow's head off. Right? So he's like, who's done this to you? He's giving Ravana a little narrow way to escape and say, oh, I don't know, maybe somebody gave me bad advice. Now again, Ravana is very upset that what kind of advice am I getting from this one? Oh, Vibhishana tells him, please give Sita back, because those monkeys are not ordinary monkeys. They're very, very powerful. They're very accomplished monkeys. They have nails, fangs, and they are very fast. And they will attack quickly. They can uproot mountains, they can uproot trees, and they will fight you, they will kill you. They don't even have to come here. Sri Rama can release an arrow from wherever he is and he will finish the whole of Lanka. Please, Ravana, give Sita back. And you may think, I have such powerful people here around me, like Kumbhakarna, Indrajit, Mahapashva, Mahodara, Nikumbha, Kumbha, Adhikaya. I mean, they are all names that mean something, and their resumes are filled with destruction. They have killed the Devatas, this one, that one. I have a great army. None of them can protect you, Ravana. Rahasta, who's been listening to all this, he turned and said, Vibhishana, don't give Ravana bad advice. We are not afraid of any, forget about humans, we are not afraid of Indra, Yakshas, Gandharvas, Danavas, Kinkaras. We are not afraid. In fact, we have defeated all of them many times. So Vibhishana says, Rahasta, an intelligent person never boasts their own strength. The more you boast, the weaker you are. Only strong people keep quiet. So you are boasting like this. I don't think you have a good future, Rahasta. Then, in all of this, Ravana, who is listening, said something. Ravana speaks now.
सुनिविष्टं हितं वाक्यमुक्तवन्तं विभीषणम् अब्रवीत् परुषं वाक्यं रावणकालचोदितः.
Finally, Ravana is addressing his brother in very harsh words. Porusham Vakyam. And what was the reason Ravana spoke like this? Valmiki says, Kala Chodita. He was inspired, he was pushed, prompted by Kala, time. When I was young, whenever I did some silly things, my father would say, Vinasha Kale, Viparita Buddhi. I'm sure all of us have heard this somewhere or other. Vinasha Kale, Viparita Buddhi. That when the time has arrived for something, at that time intelligence goes away. So it's like this Kala Chodika. So Ravana, in great anger, he's been thinking, that's my brother. Finally, he has had it. And now, in this deep state of anger, he responds to Vibhishana.
वसेत् सहसपत्नेन त्रिवृतेन शीर्षेण वा न तु मित्रप्रवादेन संहसेत् शत्रुसेविना यथा मधुकरस्पर्शात् प्रसन्नितं न विद्यते तदात्मम् अभिनेत्रैव तदा नागेषु संवृतम् अन्यस्तु एवं विधं ब्रूयात् वाक्यं एतं निशाचरः अस्मिन् मुहूर्ते न भवेत् मातु
Do you hear Ravana's anger? Vaset Sahasapatnena. You are living in my house, but your heart is with the enemy. So you are not my friend or brother. Not mitra pravadena. You're speaking like a friend, but your heart is filled with something against me. You're speaking in favor of my enemy. As they say, with friends like you, who needs enemies? You are speaking like that, Vibhishana. You are an ungrateful wretch. You're just like the bee that goes from one plant to another, looks for the flower, and the flower lovingly gives you honey, and the bee takes away all the honey and then just doesn't care for that flower, turns and goes to the next flower, has no sense of gratitude, loyalty, nothing. You're such an ingratiate man. Your heart is vacant. And you are speaking to me cultured words. In fact, Anaryeshu Sauhradam, your heart has no friendship. And Anarya, you are being uncultured to me. Is this how you treat your older brother? And then he tells him the final. It says, Anyastu evam. If there was anyone else here, evam bruyat vakyam, had even spoken to me like that, asmin muhurtena, in that very moment, na bhave, they would not be alive. I would have immediately cut their head off. But because you are my brother, so-called brother, Dhik Kulapansana. Kulapansana, you are a stigma of my family. You are a complete black spot. Dhik, it means cheap. It's an indicator that today I am cutting my relationship with you. No more have I been considered my brother. Dhik. So in Vedic literature, wherever dhik is used, the very next act is that person leaves. Vidura was insulted by Duryodhana by calling him dhik. In Hindi you say dhikar, is that word. And Vidura left Dhritarashtra's palace. Same here, when Vibhishana is spoken to in this very angry, venomous way, Vibhishana just told Ravana, listen Ravana, what can I say to you? Yet, I was supposed to say what I was supposed to say, but as soon as he said Dik Purapamsa, I heard this word. Vibhishana had a reaction. And Valmiki says, immediately Vibhishana and 4 of his associates got up from their seats and started flying up into the sky.
इत्युक्ता परुषं वाक्यं न्यायवादी विभीषणः उत्पपात गदापाणे चतुर्भिः सह राक्षसैः अब्रवीच तदा वाक्यं चातक्रोधो विभीषणः अन्तरिक्षगतः श्रीमान् भ्रातरं राक्षसाधिपम्
इत्युक्त्वा पुरुषं वाक्यं न्यायवादी विभीषण उत्पपात. Papat means to fall, utpapata means to rise, and rise quickly. The example given of how quickly Vibhishana rose from that situation when he was insulted like this is given with you've all been in India, perhaps many of us, if not all, in the heat of summer. In the heat of summer, with a marble or granite floor that has been baking in the heat. If you by mistake put your foot on that hot marble or granite, what's your reaction? The reflex is called utpapata. Such a quick reflex, Vibhishana, Gadapani, holding his weapon, Chaturbhish Rakshasa, with 4 of his friends, Rakshasas, immediately rose up into the sky. Antariksha Gataha Shriman Bharataram Rakshasadipam, and Vibhishana himself was angry, Jata Krodha. Now one may say, why is Vibhishana angry? So Vibhishana is not angry when Ravana spoke to him this way. Vibhishana's frustration is, how many ways have I tried to tell my dear brother that he is bringing upon himself his own destruction, but he won't listen. And when he got up, this is the first time Valmiki addresses Vibhishana as Shriman. Shri is Lakshmi, and Shriman means one who is blessed by Lakshmi, one who is very prosperous, blessed by Lakshmi. Why? When he is leaving his brother, until he was with his brother, he lived a royal life. He had palaces, horses, elephants, family. And now he is leaving Ravana, and at this time Valmiki tells him he is blessed by Lakshmi. And he is leaving everything. Because this is the first time Vibhishana has made a decision that I need to change my circumstances and I need to go to Sri Rama. Whenever, in whatever condition of life, when one has that epiphany, that moment of aha, that my life is now meant to be in service of Sri Rama, at that point a person becomes Shriman. Up until that point, one may have wealth, one may have great success, one may have great name, fame, facilities, and yet, although they are all benedictions of Lakshmi, no doubt, but one is not truly Shriman. Once our founder, Srila Prabhupada, was told, oh, this person has all these wonderful accolades and assets and name and fame. And he said, wonderful, great. But technically, all of those will become wasted when that person dies. But if one learns to serve Krishna or Sri Rama, then in front of all these zeros, which anyway will become zero when a person dies, suddenly there is a 1 in front of the 0. And all these assets, intelligence, facilities, money, whatever it is, has a purpose. Because there is that 1, Sri Rama or Sri Krishna in front of it. That means a human life is meant to be dedicated to the service of Sri Rama. And in that spirit of service, whatever one does, one is only considered Shriman. So Vibhishana got up and said, I'm about to leave, but one final thing I want to say to my brother Ravana. I consider you my older brother. Pitra Sama. Therefore, I should treat you like my father. And all this while I have been. But Nacha Dharma Padestita. You are not situated on the path of Dharma. And therefore you have spoken to me these very harsh words. Nakshamami. Therefore I cannot tolerate this, oh older brother. I spoke with you with all sorts of morality, just hoping that you will make your life a little better. But seems like you are not willing to listen to me at all. And he refers to Ravana here as Dashanana, 10-headed, which means you have 10 heads and 0 brains. I've tried and tried to tell you, but it doesn't seem to, the message doesn't seem to get through. Anyway, as I am leaving, I want to say one final thing to you, Ravana. You see all these people around you. Sulabha Purusha Rajan, O king, you will easily find people who will always flatter your ego. Sulabha Purusha Rajan. Sadatam Priyavadina, one who will speak very, very pleasingly to you. Apriyasya, but the real friend is he who can speak that which is not pleasing because you don't want to hear it. Apadhyasya, that which is not easy to digest. Truth is not easy to digest. Flattery goes in smooth like a smoothie. But real stuff is hard to digest. Apriyasya cha apadhyasya bhakta shrota cha durlabha. It is very, very rare to find somebody who will tell you the real thing. It is very rare to find someone who wants to listen to it. It's a great principle in life for any one of us that if in our life we have at least one person who will cut through the nonsense and tell us things as they are, it might be displeasing to hear, it might be hard to swallow, but if they can speak for our benefit and we can receive it, then we have the greatest gift in our world, in our life, that we have such friends or well-wishers. Most people want people who will tell me the right things. I usually ask in a college environment, in this world, what is the most pleasing sound? What would you say? What is the most pleasing sound? My name. Anything else? When people speak nicely about me, that's the most pleasing sound for me. He's speaking about me. What is the most harsh, displeasing sound in this world? When When someone speaks badly about me, when someone speaks badly about me, I will say,
speaks about someone else.
The worst bitter is when someone speaks nice things about someone else. Because even when I am harshly spoken, I am still the center of the whole conversation. It's very flattering, although bad. But suddenly I become unimportant and someone else is being spoken about. Whoa, that's hard to talk about. Sulabha Purusha. And the wonderful thing is, this verse is verbatim spoken earlier to Ravana. Ravana had taken the help of Maricha, his uncle, to become as the decoy, as the golden deer to go and distract Rama and Lakshmana so he can kidnap Sita. There also Maricha tells Ravana, I think this is a foolish idea, Ravana. Don't do it. Ravana insists, you should go right now. If you don't listen to me, I will kill you. So Maricha considers, if I don't go, Ravana will kill me. If I go, Rama will kill me. So I'm going to die anyway, and rather die in Rama's hands than in Ravana's hands. And when Maricha is leaving, he turns to Ravana and says, Sulabha Purusha Rajan Sadatam Priyavadina Apriyasya Cha Padhyasya Vakta Shvota Chudana. So he has heard this before. Still, no change. Therefore, Dashanana, 10 heads and 0 brains. So Vibhishana says, I'm about to leave. Here, Ravana is addressed as Akritattvana, that once who's acting as if he has absolutely no idea of self-realization, which is true. There was a king by the name of Alexander. Alexander from Greece came all the way through Europe into West Asia and had conquered India, and he had further aspirations to go into Far East. But by the time he came to India, it was quite a while of fighting and this and that and plundering, had become aged. And so one day when he realized that he's going to die soon, he called his ministers and he told them, I may die soon, and this is what I would like you to do when I die. My casket shall be carried by the best of doctors, and they would parade through the streets of the city. And from the casket, I want my hands out like this, flaming as my body is being carried. And behind that procession, all the gold and diamonds and rubies and emeralds and all other gems and money that we have collected, I want them to strew them on the street like this as my procession is going. Make sure that it happens so. This is my last will. So they were a little confused and they said, can you explain why you want this way? So Alexander said, I want the world to know that when the bell rings, the time of death has arrived. Even the best of doctors cannot do anything, and therefore I want the doctors to carry my body. Second, I have conquered Europe, West Asia, even into the Indian subcontinent. I have amassed so much wealth that when I am dead, I want people to see that I am leaving with empty hands. Nobody can take their wealth with them. It has to be left behind. I'm going to tell you a joke also in a moment. And then he says, all of the wealth has to be scattered on the ground so people can know that today it looks like a diamond. Previously it was just graphite in some ore, and with time it will again become dust. But people are very busy grasping and holding on to things when the power of death will remove everything from my grasp. So just for some humor, there was an old man who in Hindi we say kanjus, miserly. He was on his deathbed and he had earned a lot of wealth. So he was sleeping on his bed in his final moments and he was saying something like that. And so his family came up close to him to see what he is asking. And so he said, is my entire family here? Oh yes, yes. all your 5 sons are here, their wives are here, all your 40 grandchildren are here, the 4 dogs are here, everybody is here. And they were thinking, he's going to say something. She says, are you sure everybody is here? Nobody else is in any other room anywhere in the house? No, everybody is in this room waiting to tell you something. He says, everybody is in this room. Why are the lights in that room on? Turn it off. My soul was thinking about this one. So with this way, Vibhishana leaves the presence of Ravana and is swiftly moving towards where Sri Ramachandra is. And as from over the ocean he is appearing, and now Valmiki has moved the camera from Lanka to where Rama and Lakshmana are seated. This is a happy moment. Now we are celebrating that Vibhishana has left Ravana and has come to Rama.
इत्युक्त्वा परुषं वाक्यं रावणं रावणानुजः इत्युक्त्वा परुषं वाक्यं रावणं रावणानुजः आजगामभूतेन यत्र रामः स लक्ष्मणः.
Valmiki is a great poet, devotee. So every word is used has meaning. And now he says, Ajagama. Jagama means to go, Ajagama means to come or arrive. So he did not say that Vibhishana left. He said Vibhishana arrived. Because in one sense the camera is here, so Vibhishana has arrived. But that's the external meaning of it. The real, when someone is successful in their industry or what they have done in life, people say, such person has arrived. But that arrival is not real arrival, because that person, after they have arrived, at some point will die and they will be gone. But the real arrival for the human life is when one arrives or comes towards closer and closer to the shelter of Sri Rama. That is the real arrival, because that's the jiva. The body today can be successful in this way, no doubt, there's nothing wrong with that. But after this body goes away, what happens? People forget. But the jiva has a very intimate relationship with the Lord, because the jiva is part of Bhagavan. And so that connection, when it gets established, then when a person has ajagama, has arrived in life. Up until that time, they are only moving about through the 8,400,000 species of life. Sometimes human, sometimes devata, sometimes an animal, sometimes a bird, fish, some other crawling insect, plant, tree, something. Back again and again and again, over. It's called samsara, the unbroken chain of life and death, life and death, life and death. So there is no arriving. The only arrival is when that Atma's connection has been established through Bhagavan. So that's what Vibhishana has come to. Muhurtena. This is not something Vibhishana sat for days and days and thought, should I, should I not, should I not? Such decisions are made quickly. Muhurtena, immediately. He knew the right place to be is with Sri Rama, and quickly went to Sri Rama. And interestingly, Yatra Rama Sa Lakshmana. Rama is sitting with Lakshmana. Why Lakshmana is referred to? Because throughout the Ramayana, Lakshmana plays the role of Guru, a teacher. And these two entities should always be together. And only the Guru is the one who teaches how the Jiva can make that connection with Rama. And Rama, when one has this desire, what is life all about? From within the heart, prods and makes arrangements in one's life that one will come to meet their Guru. So always Yatra Rama Sa Lakshmana, always together. So Vibhishana has now come and he's waiting in the sky. And as he's arriving with 4 of his Rakshasas, here Rama was sitting with Sugriva, Hanuman, Jambavan, and all the mighty Vanara warriors. They all carry their weapons because they want to protect Rama. What if this is Rakshasas? What if they have come to attack Sri Rama? And they have all now taken their weapons and they are waiting. Some of them have plucked trees, some of them have carried boulders. Just in case these Rakshasas attack Rama and Lakshmana, we will smash them. That time Vibhishana, still hovering in the air, in the sky, with folded hands, gives an introduction. Excellent, excellent verse to teach us that when we come in front of Srinivasa, Sri Ramakrishna, how one should give one's introduction about oneself.
Ravano nama durvritto rakshaso rakshaseshwaraha tasyaham manujo vrata vibhishana iti shrutaha tammaham hetubir vakye vividaischcha nyadashayam sadhu niradyata sitaramaya iti punah punaha.
It's a general custom that people who visit a temple will stand in front of the deity, folded hands, eyes closed, and utter a list of things that they want. And just to make sure that it happens so, they will take some money and make sure he's watching when you put the money back in the bag. I've paid my dues. Time for you to do your part. There was a very ardent devotee of Ganesha who went to Ganesha temple, was very sincere, and prayed to him that, I've been struggling for money, I've not been making any money, so finally I've thought that I'll buy a lottery ticket. And I somehow, Ganesha, please fulfill my desire and let me win that lottery ticket. But I respect you. So whatever money I win, half I will give you. Excellent, brother. I will give you half. So he waited with his ticket. The day of the announcement happened, and the numbers, almost all of them matched, except the last 2 or 3. He was dejected. But because so many numbers had matched, he still got $5,000. He celebrated, became very happy, took that check and ran to Ganesha's temple. Ganesha, thank you very much. You are amazing. You have fulfilled what I asked. I was struggling for money. At least I got this. But I also want to tell you, you are very intelligent. You gave me 5, but you also kept your share ahead of time. So thank you for that. In India, it is called TDS. You cut already your charges and kept for yourself. Thank you very much. This is not bhakti. Actually, it's called bhakti. Enjoy it. But bhakti is when one comes in front of the Lord, it comes in a very humble state of affairs. Humble is not that I have accomplished so much, I'm very intelligent, I have this, I have that. No, people talk about me so great. In front of Him, you're all very, very tiny. In fact, insignificant. And one should come so. And here, Vibhishana says, Ravano nama durvritta. There is a person by the name Ravana. Durvritta. Everything that he does is bad. Rakshasa. He's a Rakshasa. And Rakshasa, Ishvara, is the king of Rakshasas. Tasya aham anujobha. Of such a terrible, dreadful fellow, I am his younger brother. That means I come from very horrible circumstances. One may think, oh no, I'm really not from such a bad condition. I come from nice Brahmin family, or I come from rich family. It doesn't matter. In the grander context, one's humility is, my circumstances are such that I had not known that my actual relationship with is you. So I've been hovering here and there, and that is embarrassing and shameful. So today I have come. That's the humility. He says, Tasyaham Anujo Bharata Vibhishana iti Shruta. My name is Vibhishana. Vibhishana, one who puts great fear in other people's hearts. That's who I am. But Tamaham Hetuver Vakya Vividhascha Nidarshaya. To that Ravana, in different ways, every day, again and again, I gave him good advice. Sadhu Niryatam. And what is that good advice? Sita Ramaya Punah Punah. Again and again I told him, please give Sita back to Rama. And not once, not twice, again and again, Punah Punah. He did not listen. So here they are all waiting to see, oh, is this fellow going to attack? So he's first thinking, no, I have not come to attack. In fact, I have come to be with all of you. And so he now declares why he has come. When one stands in front of the deity, generally, as I was saying earlier, one asks the Lord, what can you do for me? But the actual way to approach the deity in a temple is to say, what can I do for you? I am a servant, I am a Kimkara. What do I do for you? How can I serve you? This is the right mentality, this is the right way to approach the Lord. Because one may think, oh, am I not supposed to ask what I want? And the answer is, does a small baby ever ask the mother or father, what are you going to do for me? They know what the needs are and they fulfill those needs amply, sufficiently, far more than what the child can even imagine. Similarly, one should just come and say, how can I serve you? It's an expression of gratitude. It's an expression of wanting a relationship. I want to serve you. But here Vibhishana says, Soham Parushkastena Avamanita. Ravana has insulted me. Dasavaccha, and treated me like a servant, a slave. And so now I have come. Tyakva Dharamscha Putramsha. I have left my wife, I have left my children. Raghavam Sharanam Gata. I have come to you. I have come to Ramachandra for his Sharana. I want to be at his feet. Does one have to leave one's wife and children to become sheltered or surrendered to Ram? No. But why does Vibhishana say so? What it means is that one doesn't have to leave. One has to leave the idea that they are mine. Generally, we say renunciation. Most people have the idea of renunciation means to let go of things. This is a false idea of renunciation. Because when Arjuna said, I want to leave everything and go to the forest and be a yogi, Krishna is telling you, you're a fool. You need to fight this war. So the idea is not to give up. But the idea is to give up, that you have something to give up. You have not, it's not yours anyway. Right? Money, for example, has a very unique nature. It comes from somebody to you and goes from you to somebody else. It never stays. One may become happy. In my bank, the numbers are growing. But as they are growing, the loans are decreasing. It is the nature, it's very fluid, always moves. So you are not really holding it. In a arranged marriage situation, the girl's father asks the boy's father, what does your son do? From morning to night, he is busy counting cash. Wow, really? Yeah. From morning to night, he counts money. Oh, yes, this marriage has been confirmed. So they conducted the marriage. And after the marriage, this person, his wife is saying, when is he going to count money? He said, I have a job at the bank. I'm a teller. I have to count cash all day. But that doesn't mean it's my cash. It's just going to move from my hand. Usually when I have some difficulty, I take shelter of my wife, my children. I feel happy in their company and I look at them and say, well, it was worth it for all of us. Each one of us, I'm sure, in our life has had at least one teacher, one boss who treated us and insulted us, who spoke. And I have a lot of memory of such teachers. It's probably a reflection of me as a student, but Sabir is here to testify for me. But they treat us badly and I don't want to be their slave. At the same time, he says, I have come to be a servant of Sri Rama, because here he is coming voluntarily. Because he has understood that Rama is not an ungrateful master. In fact, even little bit of service, even not serve, even one thinks, I should serve Sri Rama, he accepts that. It says, he has done great service for me. When Sudama went to meet Krishna, he had taken of chip rice. It was not his, it was so poor that he took from his neighbor. It was not good quality. He went to Dwaraka, he was hidden on his side. And when he saw Krishna living in Dwaraka in such opulence, he felt embarrassed. What will I give him chip rice? So didn't give him anything. Krishna made him sit on Rukmini's bed, washed his feet, sprinkled the water on his head. My dear friend Sudama has come to see me, and became so happy. And then said, what is that bag? And take those 2 handfuls of that chip rice. And Sudama said, please don't touch it, it's very bad quality. You eat high grade, very good quality food, this is bad. Rukmini touched Krishna's hand and said, please stop. Because with every morsel, I have had to give him so much wealth in return, I have no more to give, so please stop. That is how grateful Krishna is, that for stale chip rice in return, because the sentiment was, I am taking something from Krishna, he filled Sudama's life with wealth. But you know what something nice is? Sudama did not get the wealth there. So Sudama said, I went to Krishna, he didn't ask me, I didn't ask him for any wealth, but that's okay, he's my friend. So great Vaishnava Acharyas tell us why Krishna did not give the wealth to Sudama at that point. You ready? Because Krishna felt embarrassed. How can I give money to a friend who has given me love? The wealth will be an insult. So I have to give it to him in hiding. So I cannot insult his friendship and love. That is the heart of the Lord. So when one comes and says, what can I do for you? He melts completely. So Vibhishana has come and said, I voluntarily want to be Ragavam Sharanam Gata. Now one may say, well, Ramachandra Sharana is for other human beings. He has accepted the Vanaras. But you are a Rakshasa. How can Ramachandra give shelter to a Rakshasa? So Vibhishana says, Nana, Sarvaloka Sharanyaya. Rama has the capacity to give shelter to Indra, to Lord Brahma, the Apsaras, the Kinnaras, the Gandharvas, in the Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Patala, everybody. So why not me as a Rakshasa? I also have place at Rama's feet. Mahatmane is a very large-hearted person. He is not selective. This can be my devotee, that one cannot be, nothing. He is large-hearted. Everybody has place at his feet. But, Sugriva, Nivedayata Mam Shikparam. Please quickly speak on my behalf to Sri Rama. Vibhishana is waiting. Rama is sitting there. Lakshmana is sitting there. But Vibhishana is addressing Sugriva, not Rama Lakshmana. Because this is the method of Sharanagati. One cannot come directly to the Lord and say, I'm here. I here to be. What can I do for you? The proper path for Sharanagati is through those who are dear to him. So Sugriva, so the path of Sharanagati is always based on recommendation. So this idea of recommendation that we are used to perhaps in India started from here. But without recommendation, nothing happens. But this is the original bhakti way, that someone who is very close to Sri Rama has to take us and say such and such. Even in life, when someone introduces us to someone important, then we have some choice, some possibility of meeting them. Otherwise, how can we approach anyone? Big, powerful, busy, wealthy. Someone has to recommend, I know such and such, can you please talk to them? Yeah, sure, for you, I'll do it. This is the way. So one he comes to Sugriva and says, Nivedaya, on my behalf, please make my plea. Now Sugriva, who's standing there, heard all of this. He turned to Rama and Lakshmana and said, Ravana's younger brother is here, along with 4 of his Rakshasas. For your safety, please think carefully before you say something. Because Krishna is very eager, he doesn't wait, Rama doesn't wait. You're sure. So please think carefully. Okay, you're bringing Rakshasas into your fold. In fact, I think he has come here as a spy. Because he's from that side. He's come from that side. He may be just speaking these words to gain your trust, and when you're not paying attention, he will break that trust. He will stab you in the back. After all, he's the enemy's brother. How can we trust him? Let's just arrest him. No, even better. Let's just kill him right now. Ramachandra heard all this and said, what is this? Somebody has come here and you are saying kill him? And then Sugriva, Rama says, I'd like to hear everyone's opinion as well. Sugriva, I've heard your opinion. What about others? So Jambavan, the wisest, the oldest person in the group, says, you know, if you look at the timing, I think the timing of his coming here is a little suspicious, or as in modern language, sus. He's here at this time. You can't trust him fully. So Angada said, he has come from the enemy's camp. So I don't think we can trust him. But what we can do is first let's do a little analysis, SWOT analysis. What are his strengths? What are his weaknesses? What are our opportunities and threats? Let's analyze it properly. Let's not just jump to conclusions. Sharabha said, let's do one thing. Let's assign spies behind him. And they will follow him because they can also change their forms. They will also look like Rakshasas. They will assess in the dark hours of night what Vibhishana is up to and they will give us a report. So all of them have spoken their opinion. The conclusion is, don't accept him. There's only one person who has not spoken yet. Who's that? Hanuman. So Valmiki tells us what Hanuman speaks and how he speaks it.
संस्कार संपन्नो हनुमान सजीव उत्तमः उवाच वचनं श्लक्ष्णम् अर्थवन् मधुरं लघु न भवन्तं श्रेष्ठं समर्थं वदतां वरम् अतिशाययितुं शक्तो बृहस्पतिरपि
अथ now संस्कार संपन्न very well cultured and trained Hanuman, Sachiva Uttama, the best of advisors. Uttama is best, Sachiva, advisor, minister. The best of advisor who has not jumped to saying something, he has been waiting to hear everyone's opinion. Uvacha Vachanam Slaksham. Slaksham, very appropriate. Arthavan, full of meaning. Madhuram, sweetly spoken. Laghu, very eloquently spoken. Eloquence means truth spoken concisely is eloquence. You don't have to give long speech. If certain words are said nicely, they're full of meaning. So this is Hanuman's qualities. And the reason Valmiki tells us is, again, if you are advisors to someone, our words may be so. Madhuram, Laghu. Don't have to speak. One of the things when I help parents with children don't want to speak to their parents if they've done something wrong. One of the reasons is they're afraid if I tell my mom and dad, then they will give me 1 hour of bhashan. For 1 hour they will tell me all the things I've done wrong, not just this, from history also. So they don't want to hear the same thing again and again, long-winded. I told you so, I told you so, I told you so. This is love, very simple, to the point. And he says, it's not that all of you and you, Ramachandra, don't know. In fact, you already know all the answers. It is just your kindness that you are giving me a chance to speak. And when I am speaking, I am not saying this to cause any rift or dissension among us. I am not saying this out of some vanity that I know better. No, you are all very great. But since I am being asked, I am offering my opinion. And he says, actually if you look at Vibhishana, I think his timing is perfect. Because he's come before the war. If he came after the war, mostly Ravana would have been killed, and if he came at that time, then we will all know he wants the kingdom. But he has come before the war. He may be confident that he will win the war. But how does Ravana think that he is going to lose? He is also thinking, war means you don't know the outcome. So he has taken great risk to come before. So it's a perfect timing. Next, look at his body language and the way he is speaking. He has no malice in his heart. I do believe that we should accept him. Although my opinion is different from everyone's, I do feel that we should accept him. So it's the first time Ramachandra that finally someone said, yes, accept him, because it is important for me that I accept him. But you're all my advisors, so I don't want to do something without your consent. And then Ramachandra says, I also want to say something for all of you to hear. So Rama wants to give them his point of view. I also want to speak some words. Kachit Prati Vibhisana, a little about Vibhisana. Shotu Vichana, I would like all of you to hear. And the reason is, Bhavat being, all of you, Shreyasi Sthita, you are all situated, or you want only my welfare and nothing else. I understand that. But here's my principle. Mitra Bhavena Samprapta. He has arrived here with a friendly attitude. So such a person can never be rejected. Now one may say, he's from a Rakshasa family, he may have something else in his heart, maybe he is lying. Dosho yadyapi tasya. There may be hundreds of faults in him. But I cannot reject him, and all of my previous ancestors in the Ikshvaku dynasty, Satam, Etar, Agarhitam, they will accept it, they will say, yes, that's the right thing. Now imagine, if anyone goes to Venkateswara Swami, Krishna or Rama and says, I've come here because I want to be your servant, and he says, come only when you are very pure. So then for eternity you will not see Rama here. So he says, Dosho Yadu, that's not the condition. I don't need prerequisites. I don't need anything that they have to have this condition, that condition. The fact that they have come is good enough for me. I cannot say no to him anymore. And Sugriva is disturbed. You know, because after all, the brother of Ravana, his older brother is nasty. And the Acharyas say, Rama looked at Sugriva. Didn't you come from the same situation? Your older brother was nasty, you gave him up, you came to me, and now you are with me, and you are doubting Vibhisana. These are all unspoken, just in the eyes. They are very frank. So Rama has to pacify Sugriva a little bit. He said, no, Sugriva, listen. Actually, in this world, you are very dear to me.
न सर्वे भ्रातरस्तात भवन्ति भरतोपमाः मद्विधा पितुः पुत्राश्रुतो न
न सर्वे भ्रातर ताता. Tata in Sanskrit means dear, my dear, darling. Oh my dear Sugriva. In this entire world there is no brother like Bharata for me. And there is no son as good as me towards my father. And as far as friends are concerned, there is no friend better than you for me. And yet, Sugriva may say, he has come in a friendly disposition. But what if he is actually not friendly, but he is only feigning, he is acting like a friend. But in his heart, he has some poison towards you. So in the previous verse, Rama said, Mitra Bhavena. Bhavena also means he is acting. Even if he is acting like a friend, that's good enough for him. I will accept it. Because in all of this, Ramachandra had a concern that everybody is speaking about Vibhisana. Vibhisana is like this, Vibhisana is like that, he is Ravana's brother. Hanuman also said, yeah, everything about him seems good. But nobody up until now has spoken about me and my heart. I want all of you to know what my heart is. That I am utterly helpless when someone comes to me. I cannot stop myself. There's an anecdote that the great sage, early in the morning, went to the river to take a bath. As he dipped in the river into bottom and picked up a palmful of water as tarpana, he saw there was a scorpion in his hand. And the scorpion in water, obviously he cannot swim. So as he looked at the scorpion stung him very badly. So as a reflex, he dropped the scorpion in water. And then he saw that the scorpion in this water is struggling because it cannot live in the water. So he quickly picked up that scorpion again. And the scorpion stung him again. So he dropped the scorpion. So now he has done this a few times, and other people sitting on the banks of the river started to laugh at him and said, oh, come on, you're such a well-learned sage. You know that's a scorpion. His nature is to sting. And the sage says, yes, I know. But my nature is always to protect. So as much as he is helpless by his nature, I am helpless by my nature. So I have to help. So here Ram is telling them, whatever is Vibhishana's situation, predisposition, is irrelevant. He has come to me and I am utterly helpless. I cannot say no to him. Sugriva turns to Rama and said, yes, Ramachandra, I hear what you say, but I've thought about it. I don't think you should accept him anymore. I think he would cause you some harm, therefore, Ramachandra, reject him. In fact, let's just finish him. And then, because he had called him dear friend, Sugriva said, and I'm not speaking out of some animosity towards Vibhishana. I actually don't have much to do anyway. I'm concerned about you. As your friend, I feel protective. I want to protect you. Because he may cause you some harm. So Sri Ramachandra has a nice, pleasant smile on his face and he assures Sugriva. Sugriva is one of those devotees who needs constant assurances. So Ramachandra gives Sugriva some assurance.
किं येष रजनीचरः सूक्ष्मम् अपि अहितं कर्तुं मम शक्तकर्ताञ्जना सुदुष्टो वाप्यदुष्टो वा किं येष रजनीचरः सूक्ष्मम् अपि अहितं कर्तुं मम शक्तकर्ताञ्जना पिशाचान् दानवान् यक्षान् अपृथिव्यान् चैव राक्षसान् अङ्गुल्यक्रीडकान् हन्यामि चान् हरिगणेश्वर।
If Rama had in this world, what goes on as love is conditional. The conditions are not met, the so-called love breaks. The only thing that comes close to unconditional love, our Shastras say, is a mother's love for her child. That's the closest one can get a sense of unconditional love. So here Rama is saying, imagine if he said, well, someone who has to come to me, I have to fulfill all these conditions, then nobody will come, temples will be empty, nobody will come to Sri Rama. There's no prerequisite. So it has Sugriva, Sudushtova. He can be full of faults, but Adushta. Or he can be no faults in him. Kimesha Rajnichara. And what will this Rakshasa, Nishachara means one who moves around in the night, Rakshasa, Kimesha Rajnichara, what will he do to me? Sukshmam api ahitam na kartum shakta. Even the slightest damage he cannot do to me. Why? Because Pishachan, all the ghosts in the universe, Danavan, all the Danavas in the universe, Yakshas, Prithivyan, on the surface of earth, there is no king, there is nobody, no Rakshasa who can resist my power. That even when I can kill all of them with the tip of my pinky, I don't have to make an effort. I just have to ichhan, I just have to desire that may they be killed and they may die. That is my power, Sugriva. So you need not worry about it. What I am concerned about is someone has come to me and how can I say no to them? And then he turns to Sugriva and says, actually, I live according to a principle. And this principle characterizes what my heart is. And this shloka is considered the Charma shloka. The entire Ramayana stands on this one verse. Just as they say that the entire Bhagavad Gita stands on the verse of Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshayashyami Ma Shucha. You forget everything else, you come to me, I will take care of you, don't worry. This is a similar verse, this is called the Charma shloka, very, very, very sweet verse, full of hope giving, assuring that one doesn't have to feel desolate or isolated in this world. Sri Ramachandra is always there. And from our side, what is he asking? Very little, which we will see.
सकृदेव प्रपन्नाय तवस्मि चयाचते अभयं सर्वभूतेभ्यो ददामि परत्रतं मम अन्यैनं हरिश्रेष्ठ
Just once. Yachate, someone appeals to me. And what is the appeal? Tavasmi. Oh Rama, I am yours. If just once someone says this, from my side, Abhayam Sarva Bhutebhya, I will remove any anxiety, fear ever, now, in the future, eternally from their heart. Etat Vratam Mama. This is my promise. This is what I live for. And this time we usually ask for our audience to fold their hands, think of Sri Rama and say Tavasmi. Say with a little enthusiasm so Rama knows that you are not Mitra Bhavya, there's some friendship. Tavasmi. So just once is what Ramachandra asks. And he says Sugriva, it's not just to Vibhishana, anybody can ask me for that. And it is not just Vibhishana. Yadiva Swayam Ravana, if Ravana comes now and says to Rama, Tavasmi, I will assure Ravana of all fearlessness. I have no grudge at all. I am giving Ravana a chance at all. When Sugriva heard this, he thought, wow, what a friend I have in Rama. Amazing friend. And immediately he turned to Sri Rama and Lakshmana and said, yes, we should accept Vibhishana. All this while Vibhishana is hovering in the sky thinking, what will be my result? When will the result come? In a light sort of way, I assure that let's say you ordered something on Amazon and it'll tell you it will come after 8 days. First 7 days you are not that worrisome because it will come in. On the 8th day, you are constantly checking how far is it, where is it on the truck, when will it show up, is the driver there, is it going to come to my doorstep? The anxiety in the last minute is very, very high. So like this, Vibhishana has been waiting. What is the result? They are all having confidence and they are all talking. Will they say yes or not? And when Sugriva said yes, Ramachandra said yes. He said to Vibhishana, please come. And immediately Vibhishana, without waiting for a moment, because he has been waiting for tens of thousands of years since a childhood, that he has been studying wonderful scriptures, hearing the sages, he has been chanting the name of Ram, he has been thinking about it, he has grown up, he has had a family, but he is waiting that someday I will get to meet Sri Rama. And he has waited, and now they have kept him waiting. The last moments it is very, very critical for him. The moment he hears yes, he rushes and falls at the feet of Sri Rama and grasps his feet tightly and offers his wonderful words of expression of gratitude to Sri Ramachandra. You will hear the voice of celebration that his waiting is over and finally he has gotten the feet of Rama, which is his greatest treasure that he's been waiting for. Parityakta Maya Lanka. I have completely given up Lanka. Mitrani, all my friends. Dhanani, all my wealth I have given up. Bhavatgatam hi. And I have come to you as you are my sole shelter and refuge. And now my Rajyam, my Jivitam and Sukha is all at your feet. Because one needs Rajyam for Lanka for Rajyam, for ruling over. So he's saying, I have not come here to ask you for Lanka. I have not come here because I need the company of friends. It doesn't mean friends are not important. That's not at all the message. That's not my sole reliance. There's a story. When a person dies, friends can only come up to the graveyard. After that, it's a soul journey. Soul, S-O-L, going alone. There's no company. Up to them, they can come. Right? So they say, you are my only refuge. And I have come here finally to your lotus feet. So from now on, all my happiness, everything is at your feet. This is called Sharanagati. It's called Atma Nivedana. There are 6 limbs for Atma Nivedana. You accept things that are favorable for Sharanagati. You reject things that are unfavorable for Sharanagati. Very much like if someone wants to train for a marathon, you accept diet and exercise that's favorable, you reject diet and activities that are unfavorable. Although Sharanagati is not running a marathon, he is giving a worldly example. Rakshishyati Vishwasa. One should have this confidence that in all my circumstances of life, Sri Rama will be my protector. And he is my real maintainer. One may see salaries coming from such and such company and into my bank account, and they are not my maintainers. Sri Rama is my actual maintainer. Atma Nikshepa. One should throw oneself at the feet of the Lord. And Dainyam, not arrogantly, but with humility. So when Ramachandra saw Vibhishana at his feet like this, Ramachandra had tears in his eyes and he picked up Vibhishana.
Tasya tad vachanam shrutva Ramo vachanam abrave Tasya tad vachanam shrutva Ramo vachanam abrave Vajasa santaditva yenam lochanam
This is a fantastic verse. Ramachandra picked up Vibhishana and Vachasa Santayitva. With his words, he pacified Vibhishana. Theek hai, I'm glad you came. Ramachandra is crying. Although he is the one giving shelter. Why is he crying? Because he is grateful. Finally, this Jiva has come to me. More than the Jiva crying, I'm lost here and there. Rama is grateful that the Jiva has come. That's why he is very, very grateful. And with his words, he is pacifying him. And Valmiki says, Lochanabhyam piban iva. And he was looking at Vibhishana from top to bottom as if drinking the form of Vibhishana with his eyes. It's poetically very beautiful. When we come to a temple, it is wonderfully decorated with arti, alankar. One is supposed to drink the form of the Lord with one's eyes. That's for the bhakta. But when one comes there, even the Lord is doing the same. He is drinking in the form of his bhakta with his eyes. And then he said to Vibhishana for everyone to hear. So tell me, what are the strengths and weaknesses in the Rakshasas? This is the first service. Because they all doubted him, now that he has come here, he may be. So he gave him a service. Tell me the strengths and weaknesses of Ravana's army. Now he is a test, just to say. So Vibhishana speaks. This is Ravana, he has all these strengths and all these weaknesses, blah blah blah. Gives him a whole rundown. And then Ramachandra turns to Lakshmana and says, Lakshmana, get the water from the ocean. And that water bring and pour on Vibhishana's head.
Tena cha imam mahapragyam abhishincha vibhishanam rajanam rakshasam shipram prasanne mahimanam.
Oh Lakshmana, one who bestows honor on everyone, bring the water from the ocean and pour on Vibhishana's head. Today I declare that Vibhishana shall be the king of Lanka. Just Vibhishana said, I have given up Lanka, I have given up everything. Rama has proven, one doesn't have to give up anything. But he will bestow upon everybody whatever is required for that person. They said, I promise that I am making Vibhishana the king of Lanka. So one day question, oh, what an emotional decision. The war has not been fought. Ravana has not been killed. And few verses ago, Ram said, if Ravana comes here and says, Namaste me, then there is no fear for Ravana. Is Ramachandra speaking hastily without thinking? So the answer is no. Ravana said, Vibhishana will be the king of Lanka. Let's say Ravana comes now and says, Ramachandra, I made a mistake, I'm so sorry. Then what about Ravana? Ramachandra says, no problem, I will give him Ayodhya. He will be the king of Ayodhya. Then someone will ask, Bharat is already the king of Ayodhya. What will you do with Bharat? Oh, to Bharat I will give the entire Vaikuntha and I will live in the forest, but I will never break my word. This is Ramachandra. Once word made, word kept. With this, when Vibhishana was consecrated as the king of Lanka, sky, all the devatas, the rishis, they all were gathered looking at this wonderful episode, became so happy that they showered flowers upon Sri Rama and loudly said, Sadhu, Sadhu, excellent, excellent.
Tan prasadam tu Ramasya drishta sattvangavangama kachukrushur mahatmanam sadhu sadhviti
When a living being, Jiva, comes and offers himself at the feet of Sri Rama, the entire universe celebrates. It is such a great act. Up until that time, one has to wait and figure out at what time they will come and do this act of Saranagati. When that happens, the entire universe celebrates and showers flowers on Rama and Vibhishana. So thank you. You've been an excellent audience. We will finally end by a few verses of glorification of Sri Rama. We started at 5:45 and we just finished at 4:45. But thank you, and this is the end of our presentation.
Mangalam Kausalendraya Mahaniya Gunatmane Chakravarti Karunjaya Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam Veda Vedanta Vedyaya Megha Shamala
nice time at the Ramayana musical. Yes. One more time for the team. The sole intention of the Ramayana musical is for everyone to grow a little closer to Lord Sri Ramachandra. And today's event wouldn't have been possible without Sridharji. Thank you so much for making this happen. Thanks to Rajashri, Mataji as well, who recommended that the program take place over here. Thank you. I'll hand over the mic to Sridharji.
Radhe Radhe, Radhe Radhe, Jai Sri Ram. On behalf of Sri Balaji Tripura State Lakes, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to everyone who made today's Ramayana Vibhisana Saranagati musical offering a truly divine and unforgettable experience. Our deepest pranams to sincere thanks to Honorable H.D. Nityananda Pran for bringing timeless episode of Vibhisana Saranagati to life through his inspiring narration, beautiful music, and profound spiritual thoughts. Your ability to combine storytelling with practical life lessons have touched everyone in our hearts. Thank you for traveling here and sharing your experience, your wonderful offering with our temple community. Please give a big applause to we also offer a heartfelt appreciation to the wonderful supporting artists who elevated today's presentation. H.D. Jyotirmaya Devi Dasi for the melodious vocal rendering that gives effective devotion. H.D. Sudha Das for soulful Kanjira accomplishment, devotion and support. And the ones. And Vachespati for soulful Mridangam support. And also youngest one, Bhaktas Sripati Sridhar for the beautiful violin accomplishment. Also, in the own way, your talent and devotion is truly inspiring to everyone. Thank you. Together, your teamwork transformed this evening to a spiritual journey we will cherish for a long time. Harish Ji is what tirelessly behind the screens in playing, in planning, online visual support, and every aspect of today's event. Without your timeless service, programs like that will not be possible. Our heartfelt gratitude to everyone, the devotees who joined today. Your presence, participation, and enthusiastic response made this program a truly meaningful. The temple becomes vibrant because of devotees like you. Today's message reminds us Lord Sri Rama's eternal promise that anyone who sincerely surrenders at his lotus feet, he is accepted boundless compassion. May we all the spirit of Vibhisana Saranagati in our life. Thank you everyone. Please continue to participate and support spiritual activities like this. Future. Once again, thank you everyone. Thank you. Radhe Radhe. Now you honor everyone.
वेंकटेशं ननातो ननातः सदा वेंकटेशं स्मरामि स्मरामि हरे वेंकटेश प्रसीद प्रसीद यं वेंकटेश प्रयच्छ प्रयच्छ शतमानं भवति शतायु पुरुषः शतेन्द्रियवायुष्वेन्द्रिये प्रतिष्ठति शिवमुनिला अलर्मेन्मङ्गानायिका समेत श्री श्रीनिवास स्वामी अनुग्रह प्रसाद सिद्धिरस्तु। वापयस्वती देवानां धेनुकं सुधानकस्फुरन्ति इन्द्रस्सोमं बिभतु क्षेमो अस्तु नः रविर्मन्वितायात् त्रिवेङ्कटमुरयान् अनुग्रहम्.
We have Mahaprasadam for everyone. Please to take it.